Have you ever been signing a check or filling out a document and you wondered, what day is it? Well, for years, I would ask my family that very question repetitively. This prompted me to write a book about my experience of recovery from traumatic brain injury, and I named it my most frequent question: what day is it? Hello, my name is Rebecca Vandergriff, and I wrote What Day Is It? A Family's Guide Through Traumatic Brain Injury. What Day Is It is a resource, a guide, a learning tool that helps enlighten and normalize what it's like to live in today's society with a disability. This was my reality just 20 years after putting my car into drive. I'm inviting you to go with me through my journey as I was figuring out what day it is. A path I paved with my family, a path that could have gone in many different directions. But thankfully I have my family and loved ones behind me, holding me up steady in the right direction. What Day Is It is available at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and in a few stores in the Kansas City metropolitan area. Help me help the over 2 million survivors of traumatic brain injury in figuring out what day it is. Thank you. Here I was. The lights were on, but nobody was home, and I can remember when they pulled my skin off with the tape. I was 22 and in a diaper. What a humbling past existence. That was probably my first memory. I didn't believe anyone when they told me I was in the hospital. My mom told me that one evening, after an intense display of anger and disbelief, she had to wheel me all the way to the outside to read the sign in front of the hospital, pointing to each word as she read it, before I would settle down. I don't remember reading the sign, but I do remember constantly being told by my therapist that I was in the hospital. I never believed them until Mom showed me the sign. The testing began and the questions began flying by. I had difficulty with puzzles, reading, sequencing, comprehension, and writing. These tests seemed to take a long time to complete, and in the meantime I had no idea why I was in this brown place in this black chair. I was thinking, who does this man think he is to keep asking me all these stupid questions? I knew all the answers in kindergarten. Doesn't he know that? I did know one thing. This person testing me was making me feel stupid. I couldn't answer the questions fast enough. I wanted to scream at the little man behind this shiny black desk. He kept changing topics, and each new topic made me feel even smaller. Then he would shoot another question at me. It would sting like a bullet, as I was unable to find the words to answer or even to understand the concepts. I was uncomfortable and confused, fidgeting in my chair. I wondered, why does he keep on doing this to me? Then I would look at Mother for the answers to the questions. She was always able to know what word I was searching for, or fill in the gaps during the unusually long passage of time I spent searching. I couldn't understand why she wasn't accepting the usual passing of the baton during this marathon of questions. I figured the man behind the desk must not have known that his barrage was overwhelming me. He kept firing, and my irritation grew. As the questions lowered my self-esteem, I grew shorter and shorter, slumping over further and further as he kept on. Then finally it was over. I felt like Bambi when the huntsman stopped firing the bullets that killed his mother, confused, wide-eyed, and wondering what had just happened as he shouted, "Mother, Mother, help me!" I felt like I'd been abandoned, all on my own, and wondered if the attack would begin again. I suppose you could say that I've watched too many kid shows with my daughters. Daily, I was expected to recreate this frustrating torture through holding the newspaper up, cooking, folding clothes, putting up my own hair, all using my hand that was barely receiving signals from my brain. My hand only received very faint signals, like those received by a distant ship that could hardly hear the foghorn at the lighthouse telling it to move out of the danger. I knew what I could do. I could separate my middle finger from the tightly gripped fist of my hand. As I struggled to keep my arm up and hand up, I could slowly and with much effort will the middle finger to independently appear. The phrase that normally follows such a gesture need not be uttered. It was such an arduous task that it became apparent what I was trying to communicate.